To get started with MESA MCP, we are first going to build a new workflow with an MCP skill trigger. So we're going to search for MCP, select that. That will add this new skill trigger to our workflow. We are going to scroll down to the bottom here and add our action step. In this case, we're going to use a MESA workflow to send an email to somebody that we specify from a conversation with AI, Claude AI specifically. So we're going to add a send email step from the MESA email tool. And then we'll take a look at this send email step. There are three fields here: recipient, subject, and message. We are going to add each of these fields as a parameter on the MCP skill. So we're going to scroll up to the MCP skill and then add first the recipient. And if possible, give it a description. This will help validate that the parameter is the expected format. And then this is definitely required. Now we'll add subject. It's a little bit more self-explanatory, so we'll just make it required. And then body is also required. At this point, I'm going to save the workflow and then go back down to the send email step. And now we can access each of those parameters that we configured on the skill as variables to be used on the send email step. So first recipient, subject, and body. Now let's save our workflow and then give our workflow a name and description. A really descriptive name and description is important because that's what Claude AI is going to use to determine whether or not it should call this workflow based on the prompt that was entered. So let's save our changes and then enable this workflow. And now we are going to go into Claude Desktop and go into Settings, then click on Developer, and then edit our config. That's going to open Finder with a file. Let's open the file that was selected there. And now we are going to go back into the MESA Builder tab and copy our MCP configuration JSON. Now, just a word of caution, treat this configuration as if it were a password. It can be used to access and update your data. In our case, send emails on your behalf. Now I'm going to go back into that file that was opened and paste in this connection string. I do have one more path environment variable that I need to add. That's because I installed Node.js with NVM on my computer. This may or may not impact you. Most likely it will not. If you do run into issues configuring your cursor JSON, we go over a lot of debugging and other common issues with possible solutions that you can use in our doc, which can be linked from the which can be found from the Learn More link on the step there, particularly this common issues section here. All right, so now we're going to go back into this file, save it, and then go back into Claude Desktop. And what we need to do at this point is restart Claude. So quit, and then reopen it, and give it a few seconds here. And you will see this hammer icon available that says one MCP tool available. Let's click on it and we can confirm that our send email workflow is now connected to Claude Desktop. So let's use it. My coworker Jeff has an upcoming birthday. I'd love to send him a creative email. Let's see if we can do it. We need to say that we are going to allow the connection with Mesa for this chat. And we can confirm that my colleague Jeff did indeed receive an email. And now if we go into the activity tab here, we can see a record of that workflow run as well. That's just scratching the surface of what you can do with MESA MCP. You can also use Mesa to fetch lots of data, say from orders from your Shopify store, records from a Google Sheet, records from a Google Doc, records from an FTP file, or take lots of actions on your behalf, like tagging customers or sending emails or updating spreadsheets. We can't wait to see what you build with it.